We've come across the old town site of Davyhurst in the middle of fucking nowhere. I don't know why people would live out here. The hunt for gold drew them for miles around. So we've just been to Davyhurst town site. Now we're going to the cemetery. The little bit of history that we know is that up to 45 people have been buried here, but probably more because people would have died. People would have died and not had any family, so they're probably just in the ground here as well. So probably a lot more. But I guess we'll never know how many. So this is going to, I can see a cross up above, up ahead. So this is going to be an interesting find. Just walking over, there's a sign with, I believe, is all the people that are buried here, date of birth or date of death, and how old they were. They got when they died, but unfortunately a lot of them didn't this guy was accidentally killed.
Side of the road, not far from the old Siberia abandoned town site. A bit late last night getting in, and we were kind of heading towards Ora Banda, but that was just that bit too far. Pitch black by the time we got there. Yeah, it was quite a pleasant night, open skies, a little bit cool, which was good. And now on our way, continuing on, we are actually first stop as being Orabanda. And then over to Broad Arrow, being at Broad Arrow for opening time because it's an actual open tavern in what is a non-existent town, and a lot of memorabilia and stuff in there we'll check out. May or may not have to divert quickly down to Cal to do some fueling up, a few of us a little bit low. If not, once we have done now, back through Siberia, and then we rejoin near the Wagine Lake. We rejoin the Guslut track and take that this afternoon to its end, being Goon Gary.
Okay.
So gold was discovered in the Ora Banda district in 1893 at a time when prospectors were racing through the entire area. Originally the area was known simply as the 45 Mile or Cashman's, which honoured two early prospectors who found 1,000 ounces of gold in the first few months. In 1895 the Weston brothers, who had been tea planters in Ceylon, established the Orabanda mine, after which the town is named. By 1910 there were over 2,000 miners in this area, which resulted in the construction of a town hall, post office, police station, stores, butcher shops and boarding houses. Many of the buildings were bought from a settlement called Paddington, which lay 40 kilometres to the east, but which was dying. Town lots were surveyed in 1911. During the year, the stone and brick Orabanda Inn was opened for business. The town was officially gazetted in 1912. In 1913, the 5-stamper Orabanda State Battery was officially opened. The Orabanda mine was forced to stop operations during World War I because of the lack of water. In 1933, the town was connected to the Goldfields water supply scheme, which was extended north from Kalgoorlie. In the 1950s, the Orabanda pub closed down. The Orabanda mine continued to operate until the late 1970s. And then, which everyone sort of knows about, in 2000 the town was the subject of a bit of bikie feud, which resulted in a member of the Gypsy Jokers, a guy by the name of Billy Grierson, was being shot, and the Orabanda hotel owner at the time, Don Hancock, shortly after was also killed in a car bombing the following year, as a result of his little antics at this pub we are now visiting.
Funny little tidbit as well. Where he was blown up in his car used to be the house behind my house in Lapland.
I do remember you saying that, yeah.
Right hand side of the road we saw the Orabanda Cemetery sign, so we thought we'd pull in and have a bit of a look-see. That's their people that they believe are buried in here. Let's go for a walk. So, bush mechanics at it again. The old Triton's had a few issues. Shane's got some wire underneath his car that he needs to deal with.
Really wrapped around, Jesus Christ.
Hang on. Let's see if you can get a video of it.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you get all the angles.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll take that off now.
Lucky we stopped. We've stopped just leaving Orabanda.
I wondered why my brakes were funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Good.
Wonder how long you've had that for.
yeah, probably all day yesterday.
Yeah, since we went down that boundary fence. So we've just stopped going out of Orabanda because we're back on the blacktop. Well, that's what they call it. And to air up, and yeah, and Shane's just realised that there's wire everywhere. Oh look, it's all up here too. You can see it in there.
So we're rolling into an old Banda town site by the name of Broad Arrow. It was actually gazetted as Currawah in 1896. It's a name given to the region by the Wangkartha people who are of the indigenous area. It is said that the town's name was changed after a prospector found gold nearby and marked his way back to the spot using broad arrows. By 1900, the town had an estimated 2,400 residents, boasting 8 hotels, 2 banks, cordial factory, 2 breweries, a hospital with a designated fever ward, a stock exchange, a resident magistrate, blacksmiths, and even a dramatic society. The glory was, however, short-lived. Broad Arrow's gold rush was over by the mid-1920s, with miners being forced to relocate to other goldfields or return to Kalgoorlie. The town only existed for 25 years in its entirety. All that remains of this ghost town today is the Broad Arrow Tavern, where we currently are pulling in right now. Built in 1896, it is your quintessential Outback pub, known for its cold beer and Broady burgers. It was even featured in the 1971 movie The Nickel Queen, which starred Doogie Wither and John Laws. The tavern doubles as accommodation for those wanting to also stay the night. Broad Arrow is only half-hour drive north of Kalgoorlie, and there's actually rumoured you could still find gold here today. So good luck. We're going in for a burger and a pint.
So we're at the Broad Arrow Tavern, and I don't think the video is going to do it justice. There is just signatures, writing, stickers, everything, everywhere. It's amazing the fire hasn't got any signatures on it. All the way up to the roof. All the way across. Look, even on the lights from the, oh, can't go in there. But even underneath here, there's signatures. We're sitting at the bar, waiting for our burgers. Boys are having a beer. Boys are having a beer at the pub. Oh, there's the third musketeer. Hang on a second. There he is. He's going to sit down next to him and have a beer. The 80 series wouldn't start, so Daniel had to jump start himself. Young Ryan is changing his air filter that Sarge picked up at Kell for him, because his other one was all clogged up. So just heading off from the Broad Arrow Tavern. I think we're heading back towards Orabanda and Siberia. Saw a sign off to the left-hand side off the Goldfields highway to say the Broad Arrow Cemetery, so we thought we'd come for a drive.
Approaching Siberia, and the story is that the prospectors who first found gold at Siberia which is 120 kilometres north-northwest of Goongarrie. Were Billy Frost and Bob Bonner. They brought 40 ounces of gold into Goongarrie in October 1893 and applied for a reward claim, and it caused a rush of diggers to this location. Authorities warned these men that they were taking grave risks going into dry country, but the lure of gold was just too strong to stop them. It is believed many men perished on this road to Siberia, but the figure and names of those who may have died in the exodus is not known. Siberia once had its own doctor, hospital, hotels and a mail service, and inaugurated as early as 1895. The town finally died and the last resident left the town around 1954. To this day there's a bougainvillea plant still growing where the old Reward Hotel once stood.
We're at the Siberia Cemetery. We'll go for a wander. History has it that there's a bougainvillea plant here somewhere that one of the residents of the day planted over their child's grave, and they said that it would never die because that's where their child's heart was. So not quite sure where it is. Wow, murdered by spearing. Wow, he pissed an Indigenous person off, I think. Sign there of 1893. I think they're the people that are buried here. Right, we're just pulling into Goon Gary, and here's a bit of history about Goon Gary. Goon Gary was the first location of gold discovered after Coolgardie. The town was originally named the Roaring Gimlet because of the cold southwesterly winds that blew through the gimlet trees growing in the area, and we bloody felt that this morning. During the 1890s, Goon Gary coined the nickname the 90 miles as it was located 90 miles north of Coolgardie. At its peak, the town included a host of hotels, bed and breakfast, a coach stop, a railway and a thriving retail area. By the early 1900s, most people had abandoned the town for richer fields elsewhere, leaving a population of only 66 by 1903, and these people ran the solitary pub and the store. Now all that remains of the original town are 3 historic railway cottages. The region has since been declared a national park featuring granite outcrops and including parts of Lake Marion. The park is known for its collection of attractive wildflowers which flower after it rains. That is Goon Gary. So after a bit of Google mapping, we've come and found Goon Gary Cemetery.
Sharp morning, I'll just dig like a metre and a half square hole.
So
just go straight down, and they'll have like a big, sort of like a tower above it, sort of like an Eiffel Tower type of thing, frame structure. They'll have big modal cables. It's like a little elevator, just a metal cage.
Lots of babies again. Oh, sorry. Oh, no.
Someone set the footies over now. We could probably get to
Wait, you still need to find someone died?
Yeah.
Age 5 of
Good
burns.
After we started my birthday.
Alfred Harvey Lapsley died aged 2. Wow. He they've done a lot of work to preserve his grave.